Art and Entertainment. Marianah Lourens, ja, dit is Kuns en Vermaak en Marianah Lourens. Ons is hier vandag op 'n baie interessante plek. Ons is agter die verhoog in die green room van die Little Theatre. Yes, we are in the green room in the Little Theatre, and I was just telling my guests what an interesting place it is. It's an old theatre, and the green room is just the coziest place because it looks like a lounge or any cozy place where you can think to be. And we are down here because there are lots of stuff happening at the Athenaeum, and the Little Theatre is a little bit too close to the noise. So we decided to come here because not only are we behind the stage, but we've also gone down steps. It's like we're in a little bit in a dungeon, but at least there are windows here. But it's so nice to have you here. I have Siphesihle. You can say his name nicely. Say your name nicely. Siphesihle Ndalwentle Sonto.
Yes.
Because he calls himself T Sonto for showbiz. He's got a name, another name. Hi, it's so nice to have you. Must I call you Sihle?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, he says. And then I also have Oyisa. Now, I don't have a lot of information about Oyisa. She's looking at me with big eyes. Now, your surname. Gqokwe?
It's Gqokwe actually, but I understand.
Gqokwe.
Yeah.
So you pretend there's a N.
Yes.
But there isn't an N.
Yes.
It's a G.
Yes.
So sometimes a G becomes a R and R becomes a G. It's so confusing in easy course for us grannies, white grannies to learn. But anyway, it's Gqokwe.
Yes.
Gqokwe. But do I do the right one? So
Yes, you are.
But it's Oyisa, and her name on Facebook for shows is Oyisa Latita. She's got E. Yes. So it's so nice to have the two of you here, because you are trying to talk about not only talk about it, but to raise funds for your community projects. Because did you already manage to register your NPO?
Yes, actually, it's something pending, but so far so good. We're still waiting for a confirmation of our registration, but we've done it recently. Now, if only we could get the confirmation, then everything would be so smooth.
They make you wait.
Yes.
And wait.
Yeah.
And wait.
It's tiring.
It's terrible. And you, Sihle, you also have been, I saw something about Orlando Pirates. Is that your interest in sport?
Yes, it's my interest. I would like to play for the Pirates.
You would like to play for Orlando Pirates. So you're not only on stage acting and playing,
yes,
but on the field, of course, it's not acting. It's serious playing.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, but tell me about on the stage. What have you done?
We've done drama so far because we started the project last year on July. So we've been doing drama. So now we are still extending our project into music, dance, and poetry. Okay. So we've been doing drama recently. So we have 4 clips. We've done 4 clips. And so now we want to focus on music now and dance.
So you've done some actual acting on stage?
Yes.
Or has it been music and that kind of show?
No, we've done actually some acting.
Some plays?
Yes.
Some dramas. And now who wrote these dramas for you?
It's me.
You?
Yes.
You wrote them?
Yes.
Okay, now those clips of yours, where does one find them?
We find it on YouTube.
And also our Facebook page.
And on your Facebook page?
Yes, sir.
So, but they have to go to T-Sonto, or do they have to go in Ndalwentle T-Sonto for Facebook, for your Facebook?
No, they have to go to Ukhanyo Arts Trust.
Now that you'll have to spell for me, because I don't think, I've got it here, Ukhanyo.
Yes.
And it's spelled Ukhanyo.
Yes.
So that Ukhanyo Trust is an arts trust.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's the one that you are now waiting on, because it's pending, because they make you wait for everything. They make you wait for the actually registration, and they also make you wait for the money.
Yes.
Don't they? Because you have applied.
Yes, we did apply, but we know everything is about waiting. So we hope and pray that it all comes true, because at the end of the day, We don't want to be part of the doomed youth. We want to make something out of our youthfulness.
Exactly. You don't want to be doomed even before you can live.
Yes.
But now tell me now about the plays. I would like to hear something about the plays. Who's going to tell me? Because he wrote the plays.
He can tell more since he's the writer.
Okay. What is it about?
Firstly, it's about Siphesihle Queen. Siphesihle Queen, it's a girl who loves men who have money.
Gas is liquid. Is that the name?
It's a girl. It's a girl's.
A girl's name?
Yeah, no, it's a girl's. Like, girls who loves money. Who loves men.
Who loves money.
Who loves men with
What
money.
is the title?
It's a Siphesihle Queen.
Oh, Ikasi.
Siphesihle Queen.
Ikasi.
Yes.
Okay, Ikasi is liquid.
So it's about a girl who loves man with the money. So now the girl approached the man, and the man said, "No, we must meet, and I'm going to take you out." And now after that, the man it's a man who's doing fraud, card scheming fraud.
Tsotsi.
Yeah, it's a man. So now the lady go with the man, and after that the man frauded everything. So when the shop find out that this lady fraud the account that they were doing,
He taught her to do fraud.
yeah.
So that's how he got her to stay with him.
Yeah.
And
So-
he actually took her into his slimy business.
Yes, now everything pins to the lady at the end of the day.
So she looks like the Tsotsi. Meanwhile,
Yes.
it was him.
Yes.
Because she probably was quite needy. She needed stuff.
Actually, at times it's not about being needy. It's all about us as the youth loving things and wanting more.
Yes.
Now, on that play, we are implementing as to the outcomes of wanting more than you have. Because I believe you should be comfortable wherever you are in life, because you're going to make it, even if you don't make it, but at the end of the day, it will be something that will make you appreciate your life.
Indeed. And actually, we're never satisfied. We always want more. And then when we see what other people have better, then we want that better thing. And I always say that if we read in the Bible, in the beginning, how God created us on earth, He said we must enjoy everything that grows, and we must enjoy each other, and we mustn't start grabbing all the fruit that grows, putting it in the basket and selling it. Start trading. He did not say that, did he?
No.
So how did that ever happen? How did that thing begin of taking people, frauding them, as you say, Siphesihle? How did that begin for mankind? Eh?
I think it's the world we live in. It actually has much influence, especially social media.
And it goes about greed.
Yes.
Yes. Do you think it goes about greed? So that's the one story. Siphesihle, now what's the other story? Did you act in that story?
No, actually, I'm part of the poetry side. I'm the one implementing it because I just joined recently.
So you part of the poetry. Do you write poetry?
Yes, we do write poems, and I'm also looking for a publisher where we're going to mix all our poems into one book named Ukhanyo Trust, because we've got many poems. I mean, a lot of them.
From different people?
Yes.
But let me first go back to Siphesihle with the second story.
The second story, it's Ndalwentle outbreak.
Yeah, what does that mean?
You know, in Xhosa traditional, they say when in a family, you must be picked a girl who must marry you.
Yes.
So now the father picked a girl who's going to marry his
Because
son.
you can't choose for yourself.
Yes. So the boy said, no, you can't choose who must I marry. So the boy said, I've already got someone I'm going to marry. So now the parents agreed, no, you can carry on and marry that person. So it's about the story that it's episode 1, episode 2, it's coming.
Oh, okay, so that's going to be like a serial.
Yes.
So now that's all about this. It's not really being rebellious. I think it's just the tradition is so old-fashioned and binding, isn't it? That you can't choose your own person who you fall in love with.
Yes.
So it's kind of about that.
Yes.
And it's a hitting of the heads. It's tradition with the parents and the children who...
In fact, it's actually a conflict between the tradition and the modern. Because now, in the life we live in, you love someone and you choose someone for yourself. Now, in other places, there are still people who practice choosing a wife for you. Now that becomes a conflict between the real world and the traditional world. So it is most based on that. It gives out the outcomes of that, and it's going to be a series as we've told you.
And you write it as it goes, or have you written the whole story already finished? Are you still writing
I'm
it?
still writing it.
Okay, so after every episode, then in between episodes, you have to write and new things happen. And of course, as things happen in our world,
Yes.
you can depict it because that is such a real thing. And as you say, so that there are places where this is the norm, where a partner is picked. And you get married quite young sometimes even, right? Yeah.
Even at 16 years.
And what about the thing about a young girl being picked for an older man? Does that come into it? Is that going to come into it, Siphesihle? Am I giving you an idea?
Yes, it might come. It might
Yes, because that happens, doesn't it?
It does. Even now, it still does on the trans guys.
Yes.
All those
Where the places where people live are actually far away from cities, I think.
Yes,
maybe.
they are.
That's what traditionally happens there.
Yes.
And it is all about the tradition and what the forefathers did and the example we need to follow. I mean, we sometimes have that in our Afrikaans thing as well. You know, this was good enough for your oma and your opa, and so it must be good enough for you. And of course, young people, I mean, I'm an oldie and I don't even believe that we should live like that. So that's another something to look forward to for us, those serials. So they're also going to be on YouTube.
Yes.
Yes. And now the poetry. Tell me about the poetry.
Well, there's nothing much since we've started it recently, but one thing I can assure you, we've scribed 2 poets so far and are still penning. Actually, our poets don't have titles. That's what I can tell you.
Yes.
Because we don't just sit down and write, you just say something.
Okay.
Because it comes from within you. You'll think of the title when you're done. Actually, this poet is about this. I didn't think about that.
So it's actually the poet saying the thing is making a poem.
It's the poet making a poem and also poets writing, because some of us are shy
to speak.
Yes.
Okay.
And some of us don't have the voice to speak and represent it properly.
Okay, so then you can write a poem and Siphesihle can read it.
Yes.
Or Siphesihle can write the poem and you can read it.
Yes.
And you told me there are so many people, and I know that there are people who write poems. People actually have got time now to write poems, and you know, with poems, there's healing.
Yes.
And even with the plays and the stories, there's healing to those who write it and to those who are beholding it, those who are hearing it. Do you think?
Yes. Yes, because do you know that under the poem, we've named the poem site our therapy, because it's where we heal. We don't have therapy to go to psychologists and everything.
Is this
It's
now?
just our therapy.
Are we on the same page or what?
Yes, we are. It's just our therapy in general.
Yes.
If you feel something, you don't have to talk to us. Just
Exactly.
write your poem. We'll understand later when you come and say to us, here's my poem. And we'll know, oh, someone was going through something now.
Yes, and the whole thing about the poetry and the stories, and of course you were talking about performances as well, and performing.
Yes.
Someone writing some plays.
Yes. He's the writer, as we've told you.
Yeah. And of course you'd welcome other writers on board as well, I'm sure.
Yes, we wouldn't mind actually,
Yes.
because we've got the skill to act actually more than writing, since he's the only writer.
Yeah,
so
he'll
far.
get overworked.
Yes.
And you know, we'll have to then nurse him back to help if he falls down. So we do need more people so people can contact you on your Facebook. Now your Facebook page is Oyisa, but it's OYIISA. And Latita is also the double I,
Yes.
which is LATHIITHAA. And the Gqokwe, it's a mystery to me. Sometimes you leave the N off and pretend it doesn't exist, right?
Yes, at times people say it like that. Because
I
it's
know I've got a friend, his name is Siphesihle, but he just says, I'm Swesi. the N and the M disappears.
Yes, you can never
But here you add one in. Yeah.
Yes, you add
now
one
quickly,
when
we've got
writing.
about 3 minutes left. I want to hear, where did it begin for you, Siphesihle? Where did it begin for you, this love for the art?
I started writing stories on Facebook page.
But before Facebook,
Before Facebook.
even before when you were still little, did you say, I want to write stories? Did you just act out? Where did that dream begin?
I was watching some
TV.
dramas. So I saw,
Dramas, yes,
dramas.
live shows.
yeah, I was watching some dramas. Then
Ikasi.
yeah, then I saw something. No, there's something left here that must be added. So no, I wanted to be something like writing stories. Then I've come up with that idea. No, I must write stories. And then even my friends told me that I'm creative. I must come up with something, and people believe it. So I
Because
started.
you were telling them stories.
Yes.
And they loved it.
Yes.
They loved your stories. How old are you, Siphesihle?
I'm 18 years.
He's 18. That's why I'm saying, before Facebook, you were in primary school, you were little. Did you have a dream about, or did you always tell your mom stories?
He
Or
was in drama actually in primary.
you were in drama
Yes.
in school. You joined the drama team. So that's how we
These
keep
things
that
started.
dream going
Yes.
for you. And what about you?
I actually joined drama in high school.
Only high
Starting
school.
from the creative arts classes, I was
But
like,
where
no.
did it begin for you, the dream? Or the
Dream. Actually, it began from the play. What's its name again?
Where did you see it? In a theater?
In TV.
Oh, on
actually.
TV. Yeah.
In TV. It began from the play Isengane Lengane.
Okay.
Then I was like, no, man.
What does that mean?
Isengane Lengane is about a young girl who got married at a young age. And I was like, I feel like there's something short here. This girl would need some therapy. Now, how about she does her therapy by writing something to take out
Okay.
what's within her?
Yeah.
I always think like that from the place. I look at someone's feelings and I'm like, oh, shame. How about you do this in order to reveal your pain? Because not anyone can understand your pain. That's where my poetry came from.
Okay.
Because I feel for other people, especially in plays, there are a lot of sad stories and
Yes.
sad movies actually.
And you both beheld the theatre, the plays, the shows, and you thought, oh, something's missing. I can add something to it.
Yes, and also from the opera house, I like going there to watch plays. That's what I do if I'm bored. I'm like, no, there's a play going on the date. Let me buy the ticket.
Yes, and of course the opera house is coming alive again.
Yes.
And it's becoming the theatre centre of NMU. Not NMU, Nelson Mandela Bay, NMB. And we're going to go see lots of shows there. So your time has flown, our time is up, I'm afraid. But I want to say thank you so much to both of you for coming, and I want to say keep us posted so that we can see where people can go and see what, if I can announce it, you know, what's going on, buy this ticket, buy that ticket. But in the meantime, they can go on YouTube. And what do they look for on YouTube? Is it Ukhanyo?
Yes.
Okay, it's UKHANYO.
Yes.
And is it Ukhanyo Arts? What do they type in?
Ukhanyo Arts Trust.
Okay, so it's Ukhanyo Arts Trust.
Yes.
They can just type it in on YouTube and then they can catch the clips.
Yes.
And whatever is there, some poetry, if it's there, whatever there is there, but they must be patient because more is coming.
Yes, and they don't forget to subscribe, please.
And please subscribe, yes. And because YouTube is such an easy thing to get into, isn't it? And
Yes.
yeah, everybody's on their system all the time making you mad, so they might as well be on YouTube, on Ukhanyo Arts Trust.
Yes.
So thank you so much. It's been so nice to chat with you, Oyisa and Siphesihle.
Yes, sir.
And keep going. I want to hear what's going on. So we have to say goodbye, I'm afraid. Marianah Lourens and Art and Entertainment now saying goodbye. Marianah Lourens en Kuns en Vermaak. Ek moet nou groet met Arrivari.